Hey everybody, and welcome back to Brutally Honest Reviews, only on the Brutally Honest Network. Today we're reviewing Overlord, which may have some of you confused as to what this movie was about because of the shitty trailer. I mean, that's my opinion. But anyway, let's talk about Overlord. Overlord is a movie about, it's basically loosely about zombies. That's what kind of like the trailer gives away. It's kind of like another Dead Snow where it's like Nazi zombies. Like that's what the trailer gives away. It's all it gives away. It kind of just like looks like Call of Duty zombies in movie form by the trailer, in my opinion. What did you guys think of Overlord initially, without going into too much detail? Because I know this one is people have conflicting thoughts about this one. Rob.
Hey.
I winked at you. Although it didn't catch on camera, I just wanted to let you guys know that we have something going on.
I need an adult.
Shut up.
And a dad.
Rob, tell me what you thought.
How do you feel?
Shut up, stupid.
Do you feel?
I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the effects. And all the shots were really well lit in the hallways when they were running away from things, chasing after things. All the interactions with characters were pretty good. I liked all the characters. I don't even think I hated the bad guys that you were supposed to hate. Overall, I really like this movie, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Wolfenstein movie. I still
Say
think it's a
something
Wolfenstein.
original, please.
Nope. It feels like a Wolfenstein movie. I don't give a fuck. Feels Wolfenstein-y, and I love it. To your Nazi zombies bullshit.
Okay. It's literally
Same
Nazi,
difference.
Nazi zombies.
It's a Wolfenstein plotline,
Fight.
basically.
Stop
play your
Did you
fighting.
play Wolfenstein, though?
I've played every Wolfenstein.
Who has anybody else played Wolfenstein?
No.
So you know what the fuck you're talking about, you crazy asshole? Just kidding.
Okay, I really liked it. It was cool. Evan,
No, I
what do
get
you
it.
think? Whatever, man. I'll fuck my opinion into my own ass.
No,
Nice.
we just don't know the Wolfenstein plotline, but like
It's
it wasn't Call of Duty Zombies doesn't have a plotline. It's just an idea.
No, I'm not saying how you don't see that. I'm just saying it feels like homie played a lot of Wolfenstein before he wrote the script.
Maybe.
A lot of people were saying that, actually.
And it does. It's not... A lot of reviews for it are even just like, it's a video game movie. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really, but it is.
No, I agree.
It even plays like a video game movie.
I
Better
agree.
though. It's better than you would think.
Oh, it's much better than you would think.
Yeah.
It's better than probably a Wolfenstein movie would be.
Yeah.
Not if The Rock was in it.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed from the lack of The Rock. You know.
I would have hated that. I love The Rock, but I would have fucking hated this if he was in it.
This is... The 2018
This
is
where
that...
Rob and I conflict.
One thing that really
No more
I
Rock.
enjoyed
Oh,
is
more Rock.
when you were watching this other show where they dissect movies, and they made the jab that, and when they were watching Skyscraper,
Oh, everything
about
wrong
The
with
Rock.
Skyscraper?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
How they were
Skyscraper.
like, I love how all of the movies The Rock has been recently. He's really concerned with what was it?
He's really concerned with wanting peace.
Yeah, he's really
Or not being the... Or not murdering. Something like that?
He's really concerned with he's something humane. He's really concerned.
I was concerned with staying humane.
Yeah, staying like true to causes, and
You wanna
I don't
know
know.
why?
It was said a lot funnier than it's coming out right now. So I apologize.
Why, Rob? Why do you want to suck The Rock's bean?
The Rock is going to run for president in 2020.
I hope he does.
Amazing.
I'm gonna vote because let's just
Nobody can
ride
hear
this
that.
shitstorm until we can't.
The
ride
Rock is
anymore
running
else.
and you're stupid.
Okay.
If The Rock, Hillary Clinton, and Trump run, The Rock's winning.
Of course, he's going to switch.
Listen, all I want out of that is Stone Cold Steve Austin to fuck somebody up with a beer.
What?
That's it.
Stone Cold. I just read an article actually that Stone Cold Steve Austin actually enjoys a mild indica because it keeps him away from the hard stuff.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Sam, what do
This is so much to do with the movie.
It's taking so much effort for me not to crush this beer right now and slap it on my forehead. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Still
with
like full.
That's the point. That's how he does it.
This is waterproof. We're good.
What are your thoughts, Evan?
So
it's your turn.
So this movie,
Those were your thoughts.
No.
I went to this movie thinking it was going to be a pile of garbage because, in my opinion, the trailer was absolute shit. They had something along the lines of Guns N' Roses playing in the fucking trailer.
AC/DC,
Yeah.
good
Good
try.
Same difference. Same
You
same
offended somebody.
piece of shit
man.
band.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I hate AC/DC. I hate
Creed.
Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
That music sucks.
You just offended Maddie so hard right now.
That's okay.
And this is why I'm always here alone.
He
Because
shits on the couch,
half
I'm
the
on the
shit I
side.
listen to while I'm here is that. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh man, I'm sorry.
99% of the reason why I
But
like
like,
the trailer.
but when you put it like in a trailer like that, like it's like
It got me going, son. I don't know. Like I
Fight.
Fight.
I just I'll save it.
I don't know. Like it's not the bands. It's not really the bands that I hate. It's just the song choices they chose that I'm just thinking like, oh, so they just like targeted the person who's sitting at home instead of having a job and working. And instead of working, they're playing video games all day and drinking Monsters all day and listening to AC/DC. This is who they're targeting for this. This movie's not going to be something I'm going to enjoy. That's...
Yes.
Fuck you!
That's what it was.
Fuck you!
It was a video game movie.
It was
Okay.
not.
If
a video
Kyle
I
was
am
popping
over your
Vicodin
negativity.
monsters, it'd be like that's its demographic, and we just happen to like it.
It wasn't though. It was like let's just like boil this down real quick. So this movie's trailer, in my opinion, from what I would consider as someone the polar opposite of someone who enjoys chugging monsters and playing Call of Duty Zombies all day, I
that
thought
person,
the
by the
trailer
way.
was shit. Because when I did see this movie, I realized that it was fantastic. The character building was actually quite good. The special effects and the VFX and most of the movie entirely were pretty top notch. And the writing was actually very strong for being a movie that was really kind of just put out there to get reactions and kind of just get kind of like just kind of get a reaction from people. Like it was a good action movie, but it ended up having a lot in there. Like there's a lot of heart in there. There was a lot of good writing. There was a lot of funny parts too. But I think that it was, out of all the movies that we saw that week, best one, hands down.
I mean, yeah.
It's my turn now.
Yeah.
Great.
Composure.
So I enjoyed it. I definitely agree that the trailer did absolutely nothing for it because, I mean, for me, I was intrigued by it because, 2018 has been full of disappointment. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? I love zombies, but the trailer, when you saw it, I didn't know it was a zombie movie until I actually did research on it, because the trailer they show in theaters isn't this full trailer. Because if you look at it online, you can actually see one of their fucked up faces, which I loved so much. So when I actually started doing the research and finding out that this was a heavy practical effect movie, I was losing my shit. And then when I saw it, pretty much everything, besides mild enhancements from VFX, everything was either practical makeup or puppets or something. Even fucking Chase's little neck thing when shit happened with him, that was a puppet. That wasn't CG. That was, well, it was probably enhanced a little bit, but that was a puppet. And I was so proud. I as an effects artist, these things get me, oh shit, these things get me going. So, yeah, I loved it. Let's talk about it now.
So yeah, let's go into the movie a little bit. So we start off in the plane. Am I right?
Yep.
We start off
I
in the plane.
like how quickly it started, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't see him at the fucking DMV, not the DMV. You didn't see him at the military, the training school,
Yes.
in Starship Troopers, which I love Starship Troopers, but it's a steaming piece of shit, but it's great.
Shut up.
Hey,
You're just such a soft potato.
Rico Verhoeven is a god.
don't make me come over to that side of the table.
Do it. I watch that movie every year.
I should be on a
Yeah,
toilet
it's a good
somewhere.
movie, but it's
I love it. It's
Jake
so bad.
Busey is so great in it.
Hi.
You two should sit next to each other next time.
If we do that, things
Hands
are
will
gonna
be
get
on laps.
things are gonna get wild.
It's No Nut November, remember?
It's always not.
That one
November.
shouldn't have rhymed as well as it did, but it
failed.
did.
It's extra.
What?
Nothing.
Did you just say we
You'll
all
hear
failed?
it later when you watch it.
I'll probably be the one editing it, so.
So we start out the movie. We're in a bomber. We're going to Germany or
France.
France. It's France, right?
Welcome to
Germans
France.
in
Don't
France.
you remember that?
Germans were everywhere.
No, I don't fucking remember that.
Yes,
high
Germans.
through every
Germans
movie.
took over
invading
France.
France.
Yes.
In this
Normandy.
movie.
Well, to be fair, in that time period,
Deeply
it took
offensive.
over a lot
Shut
of
A
up.
lot of
places.
shit.
But you're right, it was
But
France.
this is in France.
Because the girl that they run into is French.
But she also speaks German.
Yes. So we were.
Did you-
Yeah, you're right.
No, I didn't.
This is Normandy.
Yeah.
Normandy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're introduced to the main character, which for the life of me, I can't remember his name.
Fuck no.
His name begins with...
A letter.
They didn't
Fuck,
mention.
I looked up all the names before this, too. I think it begins with a B, but I don't know.
They say his name a lot, but mostly.
I know that the bastard's name is Ford. Not the bastard, he wasn't the bad guy, but he was the one they had to follow the rules of when their general guy got.
Oh, Papa Bear?
His name was Ford, and he was an asshole to
Everyone.
the main guy, who was too sensitive and not cut out for war.
He let a rat live.
Yep. Fucking hated him. Don't remember his name. The New York asshole.
Love him.
Oh God, why did I forget all the names
Prick and
now?
a
The
half.
Brooklyn Guido.
The
Yeah,
Brooklyn
he
Gl-
was the worst.
He's
Yeah,
from
I literally
Ohio.
looked up all their names before this. I was like, bitch, you got this. And I don't.
So
I remember the story.
look
that's
up their
it.
names.
What
We're gonna
the
need them.
Fuck.
We're gonna need
It
them.
begins. It's like. Fuck. It begins with a B.
Booker?
No.
Booker, like Booker T, you racist asshole. Sorry, I couldn't.
Amazing.
Why is that racist? For A, but like so many other things.
Um,
What is this called? You're an asshole.
Overlord.
I was kidding.
So we're introduced to all these characters on this plane. The lead character is nervous as
That did
fuck,
not help.
and he's sitting there. He doesn't like plane travel as it is, and as it is, they're flying through probably the stereotypical worst thunderstorm that could be possible in
Gunfire.
It's,
and gunfire. No, it's thunder too.
Thunderstorm.
Gunfire.
It's
It was
thunder
gunfire.
too. No,
Was
it's thunder
it?
too.
I
Yes,
don't remember.
it was thunder too.
There were clouds there.
It was thunder too, because I had mentioned to all of you who were there that day. I mentioned that it's crazy that all these movies coming out, they fly in the worst possible
it.
conditions ever.
This is fucking war. They're gonna be like, weather looks a little cloudy today. Not
Well,
gonna
they're
go
like
fight
all
the
like,
Nazis.
let's paratroop down
Boys.
in thunderstorm
Name's Boys.
and lightning.
There it is! I knew it was
Boys.
a B.
Boys. Also, this movie was made on $38 million.
It went all to the practical
pretty
effects.
modest budget.
That's a really chill budget.
For
It
how
went
good the action
all
was.
to the practical effects.
They already made 20 mil, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, it should be making more than that. Its
It
trailer
should.
sucked, and I guarantee you, no matter how much you liked or didn't like the trailer, I guarantee you the reason why they didn't do better is because of the trailer.
You're so married to this fucking trailer.
I'm
which
so
is
mad.
weird because I don't think a lot of people give a fuck about trailers.
Trailer editing is an art form.
Yeah.
I've seen
Oh, no.
shit fests with great trailers.
Where
That's
it
true.
showed.
Traffic.
Batman versus
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah?
Bad hit.
Oh.
Great trailer, shit movie.
We
Suicide
go to the
Squad.
movies frequently, so I only saw this when going to the movies. So like, I don't know how
I only-
outside people saw, except for like when you went on Google for like the week that it came out. There was always
We probably have a
something about
jaded.
Overlord
We
on
probably have a
Google.
jaded opinion towards trailers because we literally see all of them
All of
multiple
them,
times.
multiple
Yeah.
times.
Here's the
And-
difference.
Side note: I saw Alita with the updated date finally, and I'm fucking pissed. Y'all keep moving that.
Where? Now.
Alita's
February.
next year in February.
Wow.
Gonna punch someone's.
That's
dick.
going to be a mistake. That's going to end up hurting me
I'm
in the
over
end.
it now.
No, it's gonna help.
They moved the date twice.
It's gonna help because now there's no Mary Poppins, no Aquaman, no Bumblebee,
Oh, true. That's that.
no
that,
Peter Jackson's
Bumblebee looks
movie.
stupid.
It wasn't gonna make any fucking money.
You just said so much shit in one sentence.
Well,
All of those movies sound like AIDS.
Those movies.
Peter
That's
Jackson.
another thing that I think
I
hurt
fucking
this
hate Peter
movie.
Jackson.
Why?
It
Because
came
he
out during
hates
the
good,
holidays,
fun
guys.
things.
That's where they fucked up.
I don't like movies
He
about
hates
walking.
sunshine and kisses, hugs.
First of all, Lord of the Rings. First of all, I
But
haven't.
you knew what I was talking about.
I'm so over talking
I'm
about
not a
Lord
huge
of
fan of Lord of the Rings as it is, but like everything else Peter Jackson has done has been top notch.
What else has he done?
What else has he
Dead
done?
Alive.
Bad
I'll tell
Taste,
ya.
Dead Alive. Where do we go from there?
I don't even know.
There's several more.
Don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, you don't know either.
The Frighteners.
What?
Yeah, see,
You
you're
started
just,
out in
you're
horror, and
uneducated.
they're all good.
That's probably true. Those are probably
It
fine.
It's true. They're all fine, and the Lord of the Rings are the best.
I mean, all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movie, like they're
the
all
Hobbits
good
aren't
movies
that great in comparison.
in comparison,
To the
but
Lord
they're
of the
all
Rings.
good movies in
Exactly.
general.
Unanimously loved.
I'll tap back in when we start. I just spit everywhere. When we start talking about Overlord again.
Okay, so let's go back into Overlord.
We're veering off as if we hated this
We are
movie.
veering off a lot.
And we did not hate this movie.
I
started
fucking
the
loved
plane.
this movie.
We started in the plane
Yeah.
with boys, the
Yeah.
other characters. What are their names? Like, name the Guido character.
Tibbet.
Yep.
Tibbet. That's not my word. This is Justin's
Ford's
word.
there.
The racist.
Chase is
My
the photographer who has no business being there, but
I
being
can
a
say it,
photographer.
Yep.
Who was low-key my
Guido?
favorite, but he was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
The Jewish one who made that really dark Jewish joke, and I was like, oh, how hilarious. He's like, how did, like, he said something about his last name. He's like, you know what they'll do with someone with the last name whatever? And I was like, ooh, Nazi joke.
Was that the one that blew up when he got there? He was going to
No.
write the book? No, that was a
No,
different guy.
I think that's the one that they found in the place. He's all
Oh,
hooked up to
Schmidt?
the shit in the
No. That was
the
fuck. What was his name? Jesus
He's
Christ.
not dead.
Then they didn't like. This isn't us sucking. This is like they didn't call
They
each other
introduced
by their
them
names
for
ever.
2 seconds, and then we were into it. Half of them died in the first 5 minutes.
Well, you know who Chase and Boyce are.
Yep.
Yeah.
You obviously know who Chloe
Ford,
is.
Chloe,
Yep.
the baddest bitch.
But everybody else is just kind of like, that guy.
Yeah, Paul, little brother.
And then I love that it's just Chloe's disfigured aunt.
Yeah.
Who I
Ooh,
really...
she was spooky looking. I liked
Yeah, she was
her.
creepy.
I liked her a lot.
Mm.
That's the one thing that kills me about this film is that I follow everybody who did the effects on this. And when you see pictures of behind the scenes shots, I'm a little disappointed at how much you don't see in film. But that's just the harsh reality of being an effects artist. But like,
Yeah.
these zombies or the infected whatever people were just so fucking beautiful to look at, and like that's where their whole budget went to.
Yeah.
1000%, because they were in like head to torso prosthetics, and
Yeah.
those shit ain't cheap.
But they kind of they made it seem like they had hundreds of millions because like that.
It felt expensive.
Yeah, like that first scene. Like so, we were stuck in this first scene. I know. So like this bomber coming through, and
We can skip most of the middle act.
the general
Yeah.
is kind of telling them like to prepare or whatever the commander. I don't
Their
know
jump
what we
is
call
coming
him.
soon.
Their jump is coming soon. Everybody's scared shitless. They have a lot of like really crappy banter, which initially I didn't really like the characters because I thought they were like fake. Like for example, the Guido guy. I'm sorry for calling him a Guido. I don't know how else.
Though
to
he
say it.
was.
That's his typecast, I feel.
It is his typecast.
1000%.
The Guido character, for example, his lines were terrible, and
Accent.
the entire movie it was like he's budget Joe Pesci.
Nice.
Yeah, to the point
I
where
feel
when he was
that,
shot
yeah.
in the ass later in the movie, I really wanted him to go ooh, like in Goodfellas.
Second time I've heard that joke. Still funny. Still funny.
But so we see all these planes getting shot the fuck up, like really, really, really strong VFX and practical. I'm not sure how much of it practical, but that scene was.
All of the bodies who are like shredded by, because it was all squibs. The
Oh,
ones
really?
who were like standing, who like
Got
got
hit by
shot through the
bullets.
plane, and you saw like blood pop out. But those were just squibs.
Yeah, the blood was really, really strong in that scene, and all of the VFX. The bullet seems super real.
Yep.
One of my favorite highlights is after like most of the people got killed in the plane and everybody's kind of jumping off. Boys gets pushed off the plane, and they shoot this shot where they definitely must have had the camera strapped to him while they did like a green screen sequence in like a wind
when he
tunnel.
fell out of the plane.
Yeah.
Throne.
Yeah, that scene captured the anxiety of falling from a plane perfectly.
It was very all over the place, but in a way that I wasn't mad at it. Because I think the whole beginning, and that's why I liked it so much, because like the whole purpose of this movie was to focus on the whatever the fuck he said. Damn, I forgot. But they threw you in so fast that I feel like the panic he was feeling, I was also feeling. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so many people died in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, stress level at 100.
That was fantastic. And
I
then
was happy with that.
And then like the whole opening sequence of this movie was just like it set you up just like honestly like First Man.
It is the trailer, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
That's
more or
pretty
less.
much it. And then you hear "Welcome to France."
So just like First Man did for me, the opening sequence got me so tense that like by the time the opening sequence was over in Overlord, I was like so ready for what was next.
Yep.
They had that awesome shot strapped to him falling from the plane. The shot when he's submerged in water and he's struggling to cut his line free.
Fuck that.
Comes
shit.
up,
Really cool,
cuts the
too.
parachute open.
What's up with the water, guys? I don't.
Oh man. I thought that was fantastic though.
I don't like drowning. I like felt my chest.
You don't
just,
like drowning?
like, I hated it so much. Like
How many times have you drowned?
Once. I'm a ghost. But like.
Damn.
The anxiety I felt with this is what I thought I was gonna feel with the Meg. So I was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. I know he's gonna like hit the water. It happens in the trailer. But then when he hits the bottom and then has to cut his parachute off, I was like, I can't breathe for him. Like, it was,
Do you notice it
Yeah.
was made exponentially worse when he got to the top and he was under his parachute, and
Yeah.
you feel even more anxious?
Yeah.
Because you're like, you fuck!
Yeah.
Like, how could you get fucked harder
I
than
liked
just the
that
3
shot,
last
though,
things?
of him swimming up to his parachute.
Yeah.
It looked like a giant jellyfish, but I was like, oh.
That looks sick. It reminded me of Ghost Story that I saw with
Ghost with Patrick
Casey
Swayze.
Affleck.
Nope.
That was a really good movie, but nobody saw it.
No, I
Yeah.
have no idea what you're
It
talking
was like Casey Affleck. He died. His ghost comes back to visit his lover, and it's like this kind of thing. It's really good.
Sounds kind of garbagey.
It's not
Kinda sounds like
it's
Ghost
not
with Patrick
rapey.
Swayze
It's very.
That's not where I went. I
speak
thought it was
up.
going to be a
It's
little
sad.
too like wholesome
It was so
Patrick
fucking
Swayze.
and
sad.
like gushy.
I cried. I cried.
Use your
I like
outdoor
having
voice.
emotional attachments to things, but I don't like watching like gushy films. I don't like
No,
it.
it's not gushy. See,
Okay.
you will love this movie. It's so hard not to love.
I have like permission to hit you in the face every time you suggest something to me, and I don't like it.
That's
I'm gonna start
okay.
keeping tally,
That's okay.
Taylor.
He's not
is
gonna have
our
a lot of
witness.
teeth.
and it's gonna happen.
I would just.
I feel like every
it.
podcast you tell me to watch something,
I do.
and I never do.
That's okay.
I was like, what do I watch?
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll remember not to record the week you knock all my teeth out.
Okay. I'll make you a fake set. It's fine. I got
Yeah,
the
you
shit.
will. Yeah, you're right.
I got the shit. It's fine. So he gets out of the water.
Dissolved.
He gets out of the water.
He's alone and has no shit because he dumped it all in the lake.
Yep.
Yeah.
He ends up running to the first person he runs into is the who he thinks is a douchebag commander.
Steals his.
He doesn't run into him first.
No.
He sees his sergeant being held up by 10 fucking Nazi dudes, and then Ford runs up and is like, what the
Yes.
fuck are you doing? He's like, he knew he was dead, da da da. And Boyce?
Yeah.
Boys.
He's being, I want to save everybody. No one needs to die. Is like, he doesn't understand that when you go to war, that's kind of what you're doing. Like, he knew he was dead in that position. He wasn't asking to be saved by anybody, and that's kind of, what it is when you're in war. That's the shit that happens. So
Yeah.
now they're together. Their sergeant guy gets fucking shredded unnecessarily, but that's what the Nazis did.
Yeah.
They just like unloaded clips. 10 people like unloaded a clip in him, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Nazis are
pretty
known
brutal.
to overreact.
It's
Yeah.
a magazine. You just
And then
pissed off all of
they
Stoughton.
skipped away, and then they found
Brutal
photographer
spirit.
boy,
Yep.
the really nice one who was gonna write a book, and
It's not an H.
and then
Hamilton.
the Guido found them.
I lost it.
I was emotionally
Harry.
attached to him for 2 seconds, and then he blew up.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was so,
That warmed my fucking soul.
That hurt my chest. I was like, what? Like, it was so predictable that it was going to happen. Because they were like, oh, yeah, we'll partner for our book. And then he stepped on a...
He was talking about hope through a battlefield. I was like,
and I was like, you're going to die right now. But, like, he blew up.
Well, that's his problem.
He lost more than his feet.
He was talking about his life like he was walking across a basketball court in, like, Stoughton, for example.
Yeah.
Like, you're in fucking France with the... You've just dropped from a plane that was shot the fuck up.
Today we did.
Yeah, you're like, what am I going to put in my book?
Oh,
Sorry.
It was just wholesome.
Dead.
It was wholesome. It was a breath of fresh air with that anxiety. And then they brought me back when they blew him up because he stepped on a thingy.
Another pretty funny scene afterwards when, like, I can't keep calling him Guido. What's his
He's
name?
like, is someone gonna come over and get me?
Tibbet.
So Tibbet's like, as a comedic scene, he's like, you can come over and get me. He's trying to fucking
he's like,
test
who's
with
gonna
the
come here and
bayonet.
get me?
He's like, how hard is too hard? You're like,
I think you'll know.
Yeah.
That part, it was stressful. But then they completely, like, cut scene from there. So I was like, okay, great. If I had to watch another 10 minutes of them poking the ground, it would have been like,
A little bit much.
too anxious.
So eventually that small group runs into Chloe, who is
Stealing shit.
stealing
Scavenger.
shit,
I assume.
who is a French scavenger who's just kind of like, who lives in her town that's occupied by the Germans, much like the British occupied the colonies when they originally came to America.
I think people know the story of
And
World War
she
II.
hates the
Yeah,
Nazis.
I'm kind of explaining a little bit. Maybe people don't know. A lot of people play Call of Duty and went and see this movie because they like to drink Monster and they don't fucking know history.
I feel personally attacked, but I don't know
trying to help
why.
people out, Justin.
Mountain Dew.
There's a good chance if they don't know Normandy, they probably don't know American history either.
There's a good chance if they play Call of Duty Zombies, they never went to high school.
Is that true?
I don't know.
What?
Leave a comment if that's you.
I don't know.
What?
Or don't
I just-
because you can't read.
I really, like, I have a strong hatred for how the production company went and decided to market this movie because
What the fuck?
I hate so many fucking people who play Call of Duty all day, and I really despise how this trailer was shit and marketed towards them when this movie was actually quality and worth
I
seeing.
think they needed to be careful though, because it was gore heavy and it is talking about Nazis. So like, they weren't trying to hide it. Like, they literally said Hitler and Nazis in this movie. So like, I think they just needed to be a little, you know.
So to be a little
Safe.
controversial, just to be like, just to let everybody know, I am 100%
As
Jewish.
Jews.
I'm not saying anything crazy controversial,
Yes.
but I'm just gonna say, like, how many people think that, like, after like the movie came out, when we had that huge like tragedy, like where this guy ran into like the temple and killed all those people, how many people think that they were like, holy shit, like, because this movie could have come out after that event happened, and it may not have ever came out. Like, this movie, there was a huge tragedy. Someone went into a temple and killed a bunch of people, and you know, screamed, you know, I hate Jews.
Purely just for being Jewish.
You know, purely just for no reason, just to be a piece of shit. And I mean, not that any reason would have been sufficient. I mean, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But had this movie come out after that, this movie might have never come out.
Pulled so fast.
It would have. It would have been rescheduled for maybe next year or 2 years, 3 years.
No, I strongly disagree. As there's literally no. I am German, but that's not why I disagree.
Sir.
Let's just bury this fucking hatchet. Whatever. I kind of just disagree because there's a new fucking mass murder every 2 weeks, and we're just becoming so desensitized to it that I don't think it holds the same weight as it did a couple years ago when it felt new and scary. Now it's just kind of like, I'm going to Nathaniel Hall. What could go wrong? Something will go wrong.
It's pretty sad.
It's sad, but it's like, I think the movie would have done fine regardless. Because how many people even knew that was a thing?
That's
realistically,
that's
like,
what I'm
it's
saying.
buried under the news.
I feel like if they were to come out and say this is a Nazi movie, it would have been pulled. But at the same time, I think them not saying it, I haven't really seen any bad reviews on this, but I'm just waiting.
I think they would have had cold feet though.
I'm waiting for someone to say something.
For the
because
6
it's
Twitter users that
a
are just
Nazi movie.
offended by the word Nazi.
No, I don't think people would stop going to see it, but I think the studio would have played it safe and pushed it back.
Yeah, probably.
I doubt it.
But I mean, this is
I just
irrelevant.
respectfully disagree.
But you know, it obviously didn't get pulled back. But I don't know. There's something to say about like whether or not like that's the right thing to do or not. But like that's for another time.
Yeah, that's a wildly thick conversation.
Where the fuck are we?
Chloe. So we meet Chloe.
Okay.
We
So
meet
we're
Chloe.
15 minutes into the movie now.
Yeah. So I mean, it kind of like once we get to Chloe though, it's like there's only 2 sections.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so we meet Chloe. She takes them. They demand she takes them back
Because
to
boys can speak French.
Oh yeah, boys can speak French.
He's
Talks
Haitian.
to
He's-
Haitian Creole.
Haitian Creole.
which actually makes perfect sense. It's not like a reach or anything.
No.
I know.
No, I'm just
Oh.
adding that's for the viewers. Like it's not like you said it like
You looked at me
sassy
like-
as in like yo he just happens to speak French, but like maybe that's just like your
I was saying so we wouldn't forget such a thing.
It's your
because
re-
it's important.
it's your resting sass face.
Really.
They're calling it resting sass face now.
I don't realize how I talk half the time until someone points it out, and I'm like, "Fuck, okay."
Sometimes it's not a bad thing.
Oh, it's a horrible thing. What do you mean?
It's more
I'm a
don't
professional.
forever
it's more
Okay.
you give more life to your conversation. It's more refreshing.
Oh, great. Okay. I take it back.
So Chloe
That's
takes
also a
them.
different
He
conversation.
speaks French.
Chloe takes them to the village where is it Normandy or is it just where they happen to live?
France.
It's in France.
Village in France.
Just shithole France.
Normandy was the beach, but
Okay.
relatively
It's
close.
okay.
So she takes him to the village. They sneak in. She immediately gets caught for trying to smuggle something. Mm-hmm. What was
No,
it?
she gets caught for being out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just being
There's
out
a
in
curfew.
general.
Her
That lady's
bitch ass neighbor.
Oh right, they just
Lady's
steal
a
her
bitch.
bag of chickens or whatever it might be that they might have back in.
Nah, fuck her
1950s,
fucking
40s.
neighbor, dog. Fuck her. Because she was like, it's just me. Madam, fuck off. And she was like, I'm gonna call the Nazis on you. And then
To be fair,
Fuck off.
cunt.
to be fair,
She was.
like the
right.
British
She is.
too, when they were
dead.
occupying the colonies, and the Germans when they were occupying Normandy. That's exactly how it was, though. Like they.
To save their ass, they're gonna call someone else out. and be
Well,
like,
no,
hey.
those soldiers raped people. They
Oh,
killed
for
people
fucking sure.
willy nilly because, like, this is kind of like, and this is another controversial
rape
thing.
and
It's like kind of
willy-nilly?
how we're governing our entire nation right now. It's like we're kind of putting a blind eye to everything. Every major tragedy that's been happening, it's kind of been just like news on the Facebook page, and people just turn the page and it's over. And it's a
I want to
problem.
know what the Kardashians are doing.
It's going to be a bad problem
They're
eventually.
still relevant?
I was talking about this today with someone. I feel like we're going to be living in 1984 by George Orwell sooner than we think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was saying today, like, just because like seeing the way people drive, like I'm honestly all for putting cameras everywhere. I don't do shit wrong. I don't give a shit if other people get caught.
You don't do what wrong,
I'm at
homie?
that point
I don't do
too.
anything
Every
wrong.
You
single
drive
day.
like super douche.
Yeah, but I don't run
Do
stop
you
signs.
use a blinker?
I don't. Yes, I do.
He does.
Well, fantastic.
He does use a
Then you
blinker
are not
as he's turning.
See, what I do
Whatever.
is I have bad road rage, and when people disobey laws, I go and I cut their throat. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I get really angry.
You
Same.
think about it. You think about it out loud with your window down.
I give them a name and shit on their life that I've made up for them.
Yes,
That's how I handle my road rage.
I give them a name.
She knows. It's always a fucking Martha. Always. Martha, Sheila, Linda.
Martha. Sheila.
Fuck y'all.
Bye, Sheila.
It's always one of you.
I thought Justin over here had the worst fucks, but Sam's taking place.
So
I missed you guys.
Chloe gets curfewed. The German soldiers descend,
Gets
and
curfewed.
the commander comes in and he gives back her chickens
Yeah.
because he raped her.
Oh, what the fuck's his name?
He is a piece of shit.
Listen, when I did that makeup, I didn't know he was like that beforehand. And then I watched the movie, I was like, oh shit, he was really bad.
He's
Horrible.
His name is Waffner.
Waffle.
Yep.
It is something.
Captain Waffner.
Waffle nuts.
Yeah,
I
they only said it
cannot
once.
pronounce
Let me see.
this word. And I'm German.
Icepick.
What the fuck are you reading?
I think
his
he's
name.
right.
Is it EI?
He's a
Move the
learned
screen, move the
doctor,
screen.
so I have to
Blue
believe
Icepick.
him.
Sure.
That's his real name.
Yeah.
What's the word under his name?
Hopstenführer.
It's how it's written. It's how it's...
Yeesh.
That's like the name of my beer.
Hopstenführer.
Don't-
Pop bullet?
That's very
I don't
close. Very close.
He's not wrong. I think that is
They
right.
both have an H.
I speak German. I took 1 semester in college. It's Hopstenführer.
What does one semester even mean?
It's enough.
Why?
It's enough.
Hopstenführer.
Take him seriously.
Who?
Do it.
Rob?
Yes.
I couldn't take him seriously if he was on fire.
You'd
So
be dead if I was on fire because I'd hug you to death. I'm telling you, it's Hopstenführer.
No one is fucking debating.
Nobody's arguing with you.
Well, just try and say it.
No.
see.
Say it.
let me take a peek.
Out loud.
Whisper it.
No. No.
I
Humstenführer.
have to agree, only because I'm embarrassed to try to say it myself.
See?
Yeah.
He's pretty. I mean,
Hopstenführer.
it's definitely Führer.
He's right.
Hopstenführer.
So
That's what
Nazi
it is.
man
Stop saying it!
is gonna rape Chloe and gets very close to raping Chloe.
Yes. So Hopstenführer comes into the.
It's his position. That's not his fucking name.
I know!
So
He just goes Humstenführer.
No, keep saying it. Call him that.
We're just gonna call him
Humstenführer. That's not even his name's
it's-
Waffner.
so like to
All
like
right, so Waffle House comes in.
Waffle House comes in.
Just
So
fucking-
we skipped over the part where Chloe, not Annie Hall,
Anne Franks them?
Anne Franks them.
Yep.
She hides in the attic. And I'm Jewish. It's okay, guys.
We're
Stop.
fine. We can
Please
say that.
stop
That's why I said
overreacting. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get through this. So she locks her in the attic, and Hopstenführer comes in and likes. I'm tired of the waffles. I want something else.
That's right.
I want
And-
pancakes.
That's fucking right.
He wants some pancakes,
Yep.
and she doesn't want to give him the pancakes because she's all out of batter.
That's right.
This is getting way,
That is
way
exactly
too off track
how it
and
fucking happened.
way
And
too
he gets
subliminal.
the flour and water itself that makes them pancakes.
So
Where's
long
Auntie
story
Anne when
short,
you need her?
he tries to rape her again, and he hangs over her head
In
the
a
fact that she's going
way-
to sell it the son, the kid. Let's talk about
yeah.
the kid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
her is it her daughter or is it her brother?
That's her brother.
It's her brother.
Guy.
Giggity.
They live with the aunt, who
Oh right, the aunt.
was
monster.
a victim of the hospital and the church, whatever they do
gross. She's a
experiments,
monster.
and they were like, toss him out, and just gave her back, and she's fucked up.
Yeah.
But he threatened to take Paul, who is the brother, to said church where
Mm-hmm.
the hospital place is underground to do the same shit, unless he could eat her out, and then that's what happened. That's exactly how it happened.
I know. That's my reaction.
I
of all
don't
of
know
it.
that was his ultimate goal, but it is what
How it
happened.
started
Get a
though.
little
He straight
bit
up put
more.
her on the table and got down, and then motherfucker with the gun was like, "I don't fucking think
I
so."
don't want to watch
And then he
this.
got for like half a day.
I can't believe that. I can't believe what's his
happened?
name was
Boys?
gonna let that happen. No, the other guy.
Oh, Ford?
Ford? Oh yeah.
He was gonna let that shit
mission.
happen. I know it's not his mission. I know it's not his mission. But
That's all he
like,
said.
he's gonna let that happen. That piece of shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, he didn't know where
That
the
was
rest of
happening.
them, the guards were.
True.
That was kind of like I
That-
could see where he was
yeah.
coming from. It's not his box.
Yep. No. Yep. You're right in a very bad way. You're right.
Yeah.
Very bad way.
Very bad way.
So he doesn't eat her out. Let's get that straight.
Nope. Very
he,
close.
He gets his ass beat after he's restrained by Ford, to the point where Boyce tries to stop him because Boyce is way more moral than he should be in this
Too
situation.
much compassion.
A little bit too
Yeah,
much.
don't fail compassion for Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not people, too.
Didn't Richard Spencer teach us anything about punching Nazis?
Who's Richard Spencer?
Good. Keep not knowing. It's better
Sounds
that
like
way.
a dick,
tell us
as in
who it is.
Richard Dick. Get it?
Ooh.
I still
All right,
wanna
I
know
mean,
the
he's a white
history of why
supremacist,
that's a
so,
thing.
well.
So we end up were stuck in the attic with this group of people. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with this guy. They beat the shit out of him. They eventually get a little bit of information from him.
Yeah.
I think. Like, they find out that we're at least where the base is.
Yep.
And then it's Boys' job to go investigate. Or
He has to go meet up with the other
He has
two.
to go find
with the Guido and picture take boy.
and photographer who
we're sent to scout, right? Basically.
some shit like that. And then in the midst of that, shit happens and
a
he ends
Nazi
up
shepherd dog chases him.
Yes.
And he
Okay,
jumps
that's where
in
the dog
truck
came
full
in.
of dead bodies.
Yep, and then he ended up getting into the
Church.
facility.
Here's one sidetrack
Got
here.
back a little too easy, but it's fine. I'll
One-
overlook that.
One sidetrack here. Were those zombie dogs? Someone asked
No.
on our post.
He
No.
got
No.
in
they were not.
very easily.
That was a regular dog. It was just
Yeah.
It was a
what I saw.
fucking German Shepherd.
But do you remember when they found the carcass and were talking about how it
Yeah,
wasn't
they were like,
human
"What is
looking?
this animal?" And
That
Yeah, but
could have
that
been
real-
a mutated dog, but the
Yeah,
one
I
that
think it
the
was a
dog that
mutated
chased
dog.
them wasn't mutated.
it's
It was
just
a
a big
very
old mean dog.
dark colored German Shepherd.
Yeah.
But can we say for a fact that it's confirmed that they were definitely doing experiments in zombie dogs and that's the carcass they found?
Yeah,
What?
I will admit that.
'Cause
But the dog that chased him was not
was
infected.
normal.
Yeah.
That's why everybody was confused. Like someone posted on our post earlier the other day.
I forgot that they made that a thing, but I think that was the first sign of mutation that they saw because even though they were in that house with that fucked up looking aunt,
Yeah.
they didn't see any signs of experimentation on anything
all have
until
an aunt that
they
looks
came
like
across
that.
that thing and they were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, that could have been
First
just
time.
some
Show
weird
more.
German dog. I don't know.
Yeah,
They weren't too familiar with
that's
Germany.
what they thought.
You start with dogs and work your way up.
Yeah,
I don't think the Nazis started with dogs.
that's how all.
Well, they
killers
did.
work.
Nah, they didn't start.
They
with
definitely
dogs.
appreciated dogs far more than people.
They start with humans, and they were just like, I wonder what this shit would do to dogs.
Because 1,000 Yami needs 1,000.
I mean,
soldiers.
if I had a 1,000-year army, I'd start with dogs too, probably. That'd be scary
Nah,
as
they'd be my
fuck.
last.
They must have started with dogs, though. In
Cats.
reality, they would always start with.
I'd start with
something-
cats.
What?
Cats.
He said that just
Yeah,
to get a reaction.
like
out of
Reanimator.
me.
No. Cats are murderers.
He said that to hurt me.
Ruthless, bloodthirsty.
That's
Yeah,
like
but
hurt
cats
the
are
kitty.
cats. Like all respect to cats, I love cats too, but cats are useless. They are.
I'm just saying they're the perfect murderer.
Listen,
Cats?
I love
Yeah.
my children.
How are they perfect murder?
If a cat was big enough, it would kill you.
If it's big enough.
I have a morbidly obese cat who would
Your cat
for
isn't
sure
killing shit.
shatter a rib if she jumped hard enough.
So
Well, I'm not talking about fat cats. I'm talking about a perfect world.
No, yeah, if you inject her with some fucking roids, she would
Like a
be
tiger.
solid, cannonball.
Don't-
Just fucking
I
whip-
really hope no Germans are listening to our podcast, and you better make
Oh, they're
sure
all
your
listening.
cat is put away tonight.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Make sure she's in the room.
But anyway,
They're always listening.
No German. Ugh.
so Boys goes to try to find the other guys. He ends up getting into he ends up having to hitch a ride running from the dog, right?
Yeah.
On
And he
that,
just jumps on that
Jumps into a truck full
very
of dead
convenient truck with dead bodies in it.
Bodies. Gotta
yeah.
bring
That I didn't
something
realize till he was in it, and I'm like, all right.
And then miraculously, so his escape was like
The stupidest. I mean,
I was like, Jesus Christ! These guys really suck as soldiers, don't
Yeah,
they? They didn't spot him at all. He
That
was able to
reinforced
get
my
into-
Wolfenstein logic.
no.
Well, yeah, but
But that's what it felt very. That in itself felt very
did.
video game like because all you gotta do is go fucking stealth and go slow enough,
yeah,
Right.
and the
Go
motherfucking
slow.
guards over there aren't gonna turn around. If they got flashlights, they only go this way.
yeah. You just gotta know
Yeah,
it's a
what?
video
Make sure you're
game,
not in the light.
and they can only walk in a circle while they're
Yep.
sitting still. And as long as you don't
One of
pass
them's
them,
walking against the wall,
yeah,
not doing anything.
it was.
And that's how it went. And there
little
was a
video game
conveniently
logic.
unlocked door outside,
Yep.
and he got in.
He doesn't get seen at all by anybody.
No.
He's so stealthy with that. shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's breathing so hard.
I think his impulse helped him because he was like, I gotta fucking jump everywhere. And he found all the places very fast, but a little too fast for me. But
And then he sees all the experiments in this weird mysterious formula, and then he runs into what's his name?
His friend there.
I don't know his name even after looking at it.
The Jewish one, wasn't it?
It was the Jewish one.
Was it Schmidt?
It was the one he was talking to on the plane before the plane went
Yeah.
down. He said he would protect each other.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, they get separated.
Yeah.
And he finds him, and he
No, it was
has
Dawson, I
this,
think.
like, tube hooked up to his stomach where,
Nope.
like, that was brutal when they pulled it
I
out.
saw them pull that out, and I was like, I know how they did that, and I want to do that
Rosenfield.
now.
It's
Yeah,
Rosenfield.
That was pretty badass. So
No one
I
knows.
left so inspired after this movie.
I thought he was going to die from his injuries
missed
because,
that.
like,
As an effects artist, I'm not
Okay.
gonna fucking stab people with
I
giant
thought he was
needles.
infected.
I thought he was
I don't
infected
put that
too.
past you. Take
Wait,
that as you will.
So simultaneously while this is going on, or it's not simultaneously, is it when he gets back that the photographer turns into a zombie?
No.
No.
Before?
So
He takes
the
some of
next
the
day
serum.
that happens.
What?
Daylight breaks and motherfuckers hanging up. Little Nazi guy. And they're downstairs and like, we gotta move now. And Boyce is like, I went in there. I know how to get us in there. Da, 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 da. One of the motherfuckers is like, go get him upstairs. They sent the photographer, which was their first mistake. Which I knew the second they sent the photographer upstairs to go get him, I was like, something's gonna happen. He starts poking his body and they're like, guys, I think he's dead.
Yeah.
And then he just starts fucking swinging and shooting a gun because he got a hold of a gun somehow with a bag over his head. Oh yeah, because he went upstairs with a gun. And he shot Chase.
This idiot photographer
Very frantic scene.
didn't check his fucking pulse.
No.
That's what bothered me, but at the same time, I was like, I realized he's just a photographer. He doesn't even belong here.
They
in
got
the
him
first
down
place.
and he hit the ground. He was like, guys, I think he's dead. And I was
Yeah.
like, right when you said that, I'm like, he's not. He's not because you said that.
I
You
thought he was
revived
actually
him
dead.
with those motherfucking words.
I thought he was actually dead,
No.
and then I thought he was going to come back after the fact as a
Well,
zombie.
I saw the trailer. He needed to get shot in the face first, and he didn't get shot in the face yet. So like,
Well, I didn't put that together. I watch trailers pretty, like, I don't really, like, maybe it's just because, like, I see so many fucking movies, and maybe it's because I do this every day, like, I shoot movies every day, it's like, I don't get it, like, trailers don't, like, hook me, usually, like, unless I'm really, 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 like, dying, gotta see a movie, which doesn't happen often.
yeah.
I just kind of, like, it goes in one ear and out the other. And this trailer I hated with a fucking passion.
Now I
Supernova.
just look at. I'm like, yeah, I'd talk about that for an hour on the podcast, and that's purely what I make my decisions on now with trailers.
Yeah.
That's it. And then I look at the 5 versions of it that's on YouTube because they only show one in theaters, but there's always like different versions.
Really?
Yeah.
Because this one they kept
different markets.
There
force-feeding.
was 2 different trailers for this.
They only force-fed us the same trailer through every movie we saw
Yep.
the entire year
Yep.
for this
Yeah.
movie.
And you know
it was
what?
shit
It
to
was
me.
worth it.
Complete conflicting.
I
The
love
trailer
this.
was shit to me. I
Yeah, yeah,
don't know. I
yeah.
don't know. It just made me really mad. It's like, how are you doing yourself a favor by putting one trailer out there and editing it for one audience?
These guys
Because
could literally
not
speak for
everybody
4
goes to the
days
fucking movies as
on
much
a
as we
fucking
do.
trailer.
Yeah.
There's people not sitting there at a theater seeing back-to-back movies.
No.
On the
I know.
weekends.
We're going, like, we're scheduling Saturdays. Like, what are we going to see today? Like, we have 3 movies Saturday, last 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it. I like
No,
these opposite
it's
movies.
cool, but at the same time, I feel like we forget that literally nobody else does that.
That's true. No,
Nobody.
there might be with Movie Pass and stuff out there. Like, it's kind of like, it's gonna be interesting because I want to see what happens
None of my
out of the
broke ass
situation.
friends do it. They wait for the reviews to be like,
It's funny
all
because
right, wait till
people
Netflix.
will complain
gets all
about the
that.
price of A-list, but they don't take into consideration the fact that when they go see one movie, it's $15. They
It's
don't.
basically paying for itself, and you could see 3 motherfucking movies a week.
We don't need them. They can stay home and play Call of Duty
God.
Zombies.
You're gonna be on that forever.
I don't
I am.
really think anybody's playing zombies.
I don't
They're all
know.
playing Blackout, but you wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't.
So, move on.
Now that this podcast is 2 hours long,
And strictly about Call of Duty Zombies.
So let's go where we are. Where are we? We're at the part.
so yeah, when we missed a kind of crucial part. So when Boyce goes into the facility by accident, he steals one of the syringes.
Yep.
When he goes back, he talks to the doctor, fucking Waffle House, and is like, "What is this?" And he, talks about motherfuckers needing 1,000-year soldiers, whatever. But
He's not
like,
the doctor.
He's like, I don't know what the
commander.
doctor does, da 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 da, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's still a fucking bastard. So they string him up.
He's still the same commander, though. He's not the doctor. He's the commander
yeah.
that they string up in the room. The bad guy who's trying to rape people.
And so the next day, when they're like, we gotta move, and they go to get him, whatever, Chase gets shot, and he dies in front of everybody in this frantic kind of, what the fuck. Boyce picks up said syringe and jabs him in the chest with it, and all of a sudden he's just like,
the photographer.
I feel really good. And I'm like, oh, big mood. And he mutates almost instantaneously, and this is the most video game-esque part. Well, there's a lot, but like at this point, because they kept shooting him, and then they were like, oh fuck. And then he stood up after being shot again, after being revived, and then motherfucking Boyce was like, ah, and just fucking got him good in the head. And now we move on to the facility.
So when you say got him good in the head, like he took the butt of his gun and caved his head in like he had just heard a Sunny Delight commercial, and he really hates Sunny Delight commercials.
Because orange juice.
I was trying to think of the thing that I saw way too much as a kid but never liked, and it was Sunny Delight.
Okay, yeah.
But he
was
the
went
spokesperson
for said thing, and he just wanted it.
He was like, I'm not experienced with this war thing, but like when he saw that, he was like, this is gotta die.
Yep.
And he's fucking killed it.
I think that was the first thing he killed.
Yeah.
I called Chase a thing because when he was brought back, he was not a human anymore.
That was just Chase 2.0.
Yeah.
He was
he
true
got
vape
shot,
god.
and then he went down, and then he got back up again, and he was very, very strong, and you found that out when he squeezed the canteen. I was like, sick. See, he did what you want to do.
When he
This would be the time to do it.
When he died before he really died.
Yeah, that was so sad.
I thought it was really sad because he was like, where's my camera?
Yeah.
And he
was like, guys, I don't feel good. And I'm like, oh my God.
I felt really bad because as a filmmaker, like I don't have it as hard as he did. Like I don't have to go to fucking war because I couldn't become a filmmaker. I am a filmmaker, but I felt it so hard when he was just like, I just want my camera because like I just want like what I love. Like that's what he loves. Like that was his family.
His death was hard, but then he came back, and I got over it.
And he died again.
I gotta
really
picture
bad,
you
though.
asking for your 3 black magics to the grave. You're gonna need some hands, bro.
I'm dying. Bring my black magics, but also bring my RE kit. But also bring my quasars. Don't forget my tripods. Don't forget my Ronin.
Oh, I asked about a red last week. Let's get the red.
Just gonna make up.
Because presumably by your death you'll own a red or 4.
Don't forget my doorway dolly. Don't forget my Dana dolly too. It's just as good, but
Puts
not as
body
cool.
on the dolly. Just ships it away.
No, you just throw him in the back of the fucking box van with all his shit and be like, Viking funeral. Just send your ass into the ocean.
Just fucking put it in neutral.
Grenade launcher it.
Just going into the fucking beach.
He thinks
We should put this in writing because it seems like this is what you
This
want.
should be my will. Yeah.
I think this is what you want.
This is your will. Yeah, I got questions.
So
They're
after
in the facility.
Yeah, they get in the
Let's just go
facility.
there.
Nazis
Yeah,
get
let's
away.
get in.
Let's just fucking get in there.
They get in the facility.
Phrasing.
Chloe is like, I need to find Paul because
Yep.
Paul was kidnapped by said fuckface who
Got shot in the
Waffle
face
House
when
who got
escaping.
shot in the face.
But got away.
But got away and took the brother, and then they were like, we all gotta go. So now they're in there. Chloe's like, I need to find my brother.
Then they use her as bait to capture a Nazi.
Yep.
Catch him, beat the shit out
Yep.
of him, rig him full of grenades,
Yep.
and then send him into the base.
Yeah, that was cool.
And he kills 90%
Forgot about that for a hot sec.
of the Germans.
Yeah, that was badass.
And then they walked in.
Yeah. Trojan
And then
horse
they
style.
split up. No, the other two were sniping from
The friend he rescued and the sniper.
the friend
guy.
he rescued and Guido were sniping. And
It's a diversion.
The
so they
three-
could get
This
inside.
is the name at this point, I guess.
Chloe, Boys, and Ford are in there now. And Chloe's like, motherfucker, I need to find my brother. You're taking your time. I need to go. So she
Yeah.
splits up. Ford again is
Understandably.
like, the mission. I'm like, I get it. The mission. So they're doing shit. Rigging bombs. Then that's, yeah.
So yeah, they rigged the bombs.
Yeah.
Then ugly fuckface rears his head again.
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Stumbles
Honestly,
into...
like, maybe that's a good name for him because his face kind of looks like a waffle at
Yeah.
this point. He's got all holes in it and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that he survived for that long. Like, he survived the car ride to the thing and could still walk his ass into the surgical room.
That's not out of the question, though. There
And
are
then
people
injected his shit.
Survived some crazy shit.
And then was like, smile. He was really cute. And that
So,
was
yeah.
in the trailer that no one fucking saw. Because
He
it
got
wasn't
jacked up
shown in
on
theaters.
shit. And the doctor was like, Mein Kampf, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
My camp, don't do it.
Mein Kampf. This is My Life in German. That's
I know.
a book by Adolf
Just being a
Hitler.
dick.
Yeah. I know that because,
I'm
like,
educated.
I'm not going to name them, but, like, a friend thought it was really cool to say to me, a full-blood Jewish person, that he bought Mein Kampf, the self-published Adolf Hitler biography, in prison, and fucking thought that was really cool to mention to me.
Hilarious.
Same friend
Yeah.
who doesn't think the Holocaust happened.
I can mention
He-
after this podcast who it was, but let me just say they're a real fucking
Context clues. Got it.
dreamless piece of shit. Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
They're just as good as
I
some of
don't
the
know who
people in
is,
this
don't
movie.
worry.
Oh, you fucking know.
No, you don't know who it is.
You'd be surprised.
No, you actually literally don't know who it is.
Oh, then Rob fucked it up for us.
No, none of you know who it is. But anyway,
Stay tuned to find out.
yeah, there are pieces of shit in the world. Yeah, if they read Mein Kampf,
If you pay us
and brag
$15 a
to
month
it-
on our Patreon, he'll tell you who it is. We don't have a Patreon.
Yeah, we don't have Patreon.
That'd be fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Let's just keep Justin away from monies.
We
Let's
need
just do
people
that.
to like us now.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I need to recoup some bills, man.
I'm kidding.
Suck some dick.
That's not how this is going down.
Oh,
Sucks a
Quick
pop.
that way.
$20?
You're not that good.
So, Waffle House injects his shit, and now he's a Nazi zombie, like boss level Nazi
Not a
zombie.
zombie. He's still alive. He's just superhuman at this point.
Has
Yeah.
Nazi zombie strength at this point.
It's like
he's
a-
not dead, but he's not really he mutates kind of, but he also heals his
gotta
own face
stop.
while still mutating. It was
it's
weird.
it's like the
It's weird.
it's the Nazi super soldier version of zombies.
Yeah.
It's
They
like,
were just mutants, that's it.
yeah. Well, they were mutants, but like after a
Zombie
while,
mutants is a good thing.
after a while being injected, though they or at least some of them lost control. I don't know. They didn't describe it, so like
No.
it's like you can't really disprove them, but like it could be like. If they make a sequel, the speculation could be maybe their blood type has something to do with it, or maybe
for
like,
sure.
or if they wanted to make it really like a video game, maybe like the passion of evil wasn't strong enough, which is honestly what I fucking thought. It was just stupid, but
Or maybe it was
Yeah, no,
because
I
he
get
was
it.
alive and the rest it was used on were dead.
no, because what's his name? The photographer didn't go nuts right away.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He said, I feel really good. He chugged the water from the canteen and then squeezed the shit out of it. And then all of a sudden his veins started getting all thingy. And he was like,
You're
what
right.
did you do to me? And then his fucking head flipped back.
Ford and the other guy kind of just
shit
acted
happened.
normally. Brought
But
them-
Ford didn't have like he didn't like he was always a piece of shit, but like his judgment was never skewed by it. I don't like
Can
whether
we just like jump to the point where they put him on a hook?
Oh, that was
right.
rough.
Okay.
let's first.
My stomach hurts now.
So we don't see Chloe forever until the end.
No, she gets her brother.
She gets her
Yay.
brother, whatever.
They get out the same way they got in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Except the hook.
They
the-
put bombs
Well-
in everything.
Boys ends up fighting the doctor before that fight happens.
Yeah,
And kills the doctor.
because they're setting up bombies, and then he's like, hello. And then they start fighting.
My work, you're disrupting my work.
No,
blah,
Boyd.
blah, blah.
Boyd killed the doctor.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
that
oh,
was
sorry.
Boys.
I thought you said Ford.
I said boys.
Boyd.
Boys.
I said boys.
Boys?
Did I say Boyd?
Boys.
I'm
said
thinking
boys.
you're
You said
saying
boys.
boys.
No,
Boys.
boys.
That was Boyd.
Boys.
Anyway,
It's B, dog.
so he kills the doctor. Their fight happens between Ford and the bad guy, Waffle House. He ends up injecting himself. Both of them end up injecting themselves with this formula, regardless. Ford has to be able to fight this guy. And then during this fight,
No, didn't he inject himself after he got hooked?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you
After
to
he pulled
describe the
himself
scene.
off.
So like, describe the whole fight. So like,
I don't remember. I just remember this motherfucker got picked up. Okay, so like, Waffle House was being all cocky because now like he had the upper hand because he's strong as fuck now, and Ford's like, oh damn, and then he lifted him up, took this giant hook, and was like, boop, and put him on the motherfucking hook. And
it wasn't like a boop. It was more like a.
my stomach hurts thinking about it. And as that's like going on, Boyce comes out of nowhere and is like, look at me. And they start fighting. So there's this epic scene. He's just hanging on a hook while just Boyce and Waffle House are just going at it now. While this is happening, he tries to lift himself off of the hook and doesn't get it the first time. So he lifts himself and right back down on it. And I was like, I need to go.
I loved it.
But
It
then
was
he
so
got
cringy.
himself off because I'm like, phrasing. I'm surprised you didn't say that, Justin. You're not paying attention.
What?
I said he got himself off. Anyway, which is not unbelievable, I don't think, because I feel like you have to be pretty strong to
You
be
could
military
do it
like.
easily.
And I feel like when you're in battle mode, you're just like, let's fucking go. So he got off, and he's just like on the floor, like, what the fuck? And he injected himself at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Which is something to say though about that particular hook scene. You know, we've seen a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. And it's like weird. It's like, how would you not do something so cringy in a horror movie? Like,
yeah.
like
That's
it's
that's
doable.
I
definitely
mean,
in
they
the
did it in
Texas-
Saw.
That's done in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Where he sticks
It
the guy
is.
on the meat hook, cuts off his
It's
leg,
in
and
his-
then sticks
it's
a pack
in
of
his
salt
back.
on it
Which one is that?
The remake.
with Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in a
This
long
one's fucking
time.
stupid.
I've seen the original a million
Fucking
times
stupid.
in 2, and I think one of the newer ones, but
Texas
not
Chainsaw
that
Massacre
one.
is not my favorite.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's no Overlord.
Nope. I like the real life.
I don't know if I would
shit.
compare the two.
Oh,
but
absolutely not.
yeah, it's
Absolutely
completely
not.
different era.
This
crazy.
isn't slasher.
1974 to 2018.
This is like a gory
That's
war
fucking-
movie.
26 plus 18, 30, 44 years.
Math.
That's 44 years ago a Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out roughly.
Gross.
Like the difference in obviously the difference in cinema is insane. Like what you can do.
Nothing
and
is
get away
iconic
with.
anymore, and I'm depressed. Nothing's been iconic in terms of like horror.
I think
since...
Quiet Place was iconic.
Oh fuck yeah, but like
Yeah.
I mean, character-wise, like I don't know. I prefer
Oh, in terms of
the new
killers?
Pennywise, I guess, but I prefer his look. To be honest, I prefer the new Pennywise overall, but that's for another day.
There's there's no icons per se.
Yeah, no.
I am looking forward to hopefully a Hellfest sequel, but I don't think he's iconic
No,
yet.
absolutely not.
You know, but I do think that the character they built was actually
Could-
quite interesting.
Could be good base.
Yeah,
Agreed.
they could go a lot of places with that. Hopefully they go in a right way instead of what I think they're going to go in.
Yeah.
But you know,
So Ford and Waffle House are fighting now.
yeah,
And they push him down this
goop shit,
thing
Goop
that
shoot.
it like burns him.
shit shoot.
Does it burn him? I think
Yeah.
it burns
Hell
him.
well.
Yeah, some shit. And then he starts. Ford knows he's not gonna fucking make it, so they're
Yeah.
like, Ford and Boyce are like, let's go. And all of a sudden, Ford closes the gate and locks it with Boyce on the other side, and is like, complete the mission. I didn't set the timers or whatever.
Yeah, I was never planning on coming home on this
Yeah,
mission.
yeah.
Even though like he was like mission. If he wasn't coming home, maybe he could have revealed this a little sooner so we could save some movie time. But I mean, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
So, but it was a little bit stupid. It was like I was never planning on coming home. Like, why didn't you tell them sooner when you were half dead through most of the entire?
I feel like
movie?
when you're put in a position like under like he was told that if anything happens to their sergeant, like he's next in line for that to take charge. And I feel like when you're put in that position, you should pretty much assume that you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was also put on a hook, I wouldn't want to make it either. I'd be like, you know what? That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just gonna do it myself.
he was like stereotypical as being like the perfect American soldier, as that like the mission and like the well-being of America went first in every matter. So like at the end where he could have escaped and he could have lived out his life throughout whatever the fuck this virus did to him, he decided that he was going to go down with it instead because he had a mission and he wanted to keep this out of the hands of everybody because he knew what was right for everybody, you know, in his heart. He kind of came around to it too because like he was kind of gung-ho America at the beginning, but like it's for him to go back and not want to bring whatever this virus was back for America's use. He had to go against his own morals or his own, not his own morals, but his own philosophies.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit interesting, but also a little bit stupid. But
It was a predictable thing to happen. I was like, okay, this guy who's like, I'm in charge. Like, you're gonna have like an epic death where you're gonna like sacrifice yourself for the good of the people. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
relax. But
So after that happens,
Yep.
after Boys sets up all the explosives again
Yep.
after they were foiled by a couple of the zombies,
motherfucker runs.
he runs forward, everything blows up.
Mm-hmm.
The only cheesy... So this was actually really done really well,
The
but at the same
cheesy
time it was a
run
little
away from
corny.
the explosion, slow motion.
It looked a little
Run.
corny, but it also, like, at the same time, I was like, geez, they actually made this look pretty decent. But at the same time, I was like, but not the best.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the best CGI, but, like, at like for what they pulled off for their budget, like, they
It's like
kind of
that
blew it out of the water.
Key and Peele skit. I don't know if this is gonna be very vague, but like, it's a music video and it has the budget on the bottom, and at the very end it has no budget, and it's like him holding a toy horse and like making it seem like he's riding on it. But that's where the budget ended.
Yeah.
They're like, how the fuck can we make a cool explosion kind of okay and fit the rest of this because we have no more budget.
Yeah.
It's kind of where it hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way it ends is we meet up with the other guys. You know, what's his name? Guido got shot in the butt. Didn't say ooh like Joe Pesci. I was disappointed. That's why this movie doesn't get a 9.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But he meets up with the other guys.
Yeah.
The kid's still alive. Chloe saved Paul.
Yeah.
And we see like the kind of interaction between Tibbet and Paul. And over the course of the movie, it's kind of like grown. Like it was kind of like a like.
Oh, I knew there was gonna be some sort of
like
stupid relationship.
He started out being like, oh, he's a little shit,
Yeah.
and then like he started like warming up to the kid.
He still
likes the
thinks
kid.
he's a little shit, but like because he wants to be like him, he's like, you're cool because you want to be like me.
Yeah.
Ew.
So
Fuck that Guido.
do you think? First of all, do you think there's going to be a sequel, and do you think that it's going to be good?
They said the next step was to go after Hitler, so don't know about that one. But if they made it, I'd see it.
I'll chime in on that one. It's J.J. Abrams. There'll be a sequel. There'll be a whole series. It'll be not really connected. It'll be called Cloverfield.
Did they make enough on their budget to make a sequel?
It's still in theaters,
Don't
so
think
not yet.
So,
They made a little
unfortunately.
over 20 on 38.
I don't think there's going to be a sequel.
I honestly think it's because they
during
put
the
this out
movie,
during the holidays. They fucked
They
up
also
with that.
hinted at that they were only able to do what they did because of the town.
Yeah.
So it can't bring the town other places. If they made a second one, it wouldn't make sense.
I kind of don't think there will be a sequel simply because Inglourious Bastards had a movie already that was fantastic with Hitler getting shot in the fucking face a million times. And I don't think that people are going to go back for the same thing. And I think that's kind of what they're in for if they go back for a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, joking.
I think this is perfectly fine.
Cloverfield joke aside, because JJ, honestly,
Jesus.
no, they should make a sequel because this was just kind of a great standalone movie.
Yep.
And we don't get a lot of great standalone movies anymore. Most new IP is garbage.
judging by the trailer and the name of the movie,
If you see the trailer one more time, you're paying a fucking tax to my bank account.
what bank account?
Trailer.
I have a few. You're paying a tax to one of them. Okay,
So,
I have one. Some credit card.
Judging by the trailer and the
That's $5.
and the title, I don't think that there will be a sequel because it seems like this. I don't think that J.J. Abrams is stupid. I don't think that anybody in this production team is stupid. I think they did a great job.
I feel like this is a very video game-esque title as well, because I'm like,
Yeah.
is Hitler
Terrible,
supposed-
too.
What is the Overlord in
It was
this?
an out of touch 50-year-old Harvey Weinstein motherfucker producer who was like, you know what's a great name for it? Overlord.
Yeah.
Because it's so unintelligible.
I feel like the title didn't make sense with what it was, even though
Yeah.
I did like this movie. So I'm like, what is supposed to
No,
be
I think
the Overlord, unless that's what they're calling the serum?
I think you could dissect that further, but not here, not now. I just
No,
feel
no,
like
no.
that if we gave some thought to the name, to what the movie is about, it might make sense.
Here's what I think happened, just being in like the film industry and like seeing all this shit firsthand. I think that what happened is they made this movie, they brought it to the production company, and the production company was like, how do we sell this? How do we name it?
Give it a cool
And-
motherfucking name.
Right. It probably had a decent name beforehand.
Nazi zombies was the other
No,
option.
it
and they
wasn't. Come
flipped.
on. It was
No,
probably
it wasn't.
something too deep for you, not for you guys. Too deep for you, in quotations, was probably what they told the production team, and they named it Overlord instead.
Yeah.
But I really think that this was a movie where when it came out, the production company that was in charge of everything took the name, took the trailer, and was like, this isn't going to sell. Let's make it something that people are going to actually go see. What do kids do these days? They play Call of Duty Zombies. I really strong. I know
That's what trailers
I
are
know
the
it's a
majority
cliche.
of the time.
Like,
Though they use their best parts or the most vague parts to get a broader, wider audience in there and then deal with the consequences later.
I honestly
So-
wonder if it works.
Hold on.
I feel like it does.
Mostly because I really wanted to.
That's what happened with The Nun. They used the best motherfucking
I really want to
parts
make
in
your
the trailer
point
and then-
kind of null, but this entire
The
thing
movie
was.
poster is beautiful. I have several at home if you guys want.
It's mainly inspired by Operation Z.
Yeah. It's blood drops, but it's the plane, and the drops look like soldiers.
I hated it.
Oh,
I
anyway.
thought it was a misuse of space,
Well,
and I
I'm
thought
gonna
their font was
use.
shit.
I am gonna use.
Let's rate it.
I'm gonna put. all
Yeah,
the
let's
posters
rate
on
it.
my wall.
We've dissolved to talk
I
about
have
posters.
5.
Okay, so let's
We're
rate
done.
this.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you rate this?
I'm gonna give it about an 8.5. That was really well done. It lacked in some areas, but I mean, overall, I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Mostly just for the simple fact that every new IP this year has been fucking garbage. Within reason. It's nice to see something a little different as the year ends. So yeah, 9.5. Everything was pretty awesome.
I gave it an 8.5. I still thought it was the best movie I definitely saw that weekend. I think that the only crime that was committed during this movie was by the production company overheads, and the production team did a fantastic job creating a captivating horror film and also developing a lot of character within that film, and the writing was spot on with what it should be.
Yep.
Nothing was overdone. I felt like any level that something was done adequate. The characters were very believable. So anything that was too over the top was always brought down by how real the characters were in the situation. So yeah, 8.5.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 9 purely because the effects just did everything for me. I feel like for me, obviously makeup is something I look for, but I feel like there's people who don't appreciate the amount of work that went into these zombies, and the fact that, that whole chase thing with his neck was a puppet, the amount of squibs used, because there's people who will just be like, yeah, we'll just put it in later, fix it in editing and all that shit. And just, it takes a lot of time, and it's a labor of love to do makeup. So when I see them done well, and when I know what I'm looking at is 100%, well, for the most part, there was CG in it, but not, I would say probably 95% of it was practical.
It's not like a thing that's respected.
Yeah, but for me, it was just something that, like, I walked out of that and was like, I have so many ideas now, because it's amazing to see what other people can do when you don't fall on a computer to do the work for you, because other humans can create monsters, and it makes all the difference when watching performances when it's a real person and not somebody in a green suit.
Yeah.
And I loved everything about this. It was just kind of a simple story. Everyone was pretty well rounded, I think. I love how everything was like green hued. The colorist whoever did that, everything was very green, which I personally like. If you go on my Instagram, a lot of the times when I edit my pictures, I just really like that green, disgusting like hue that like zombie films normally have. It's just, I just fucking love it. So yeah, 9. That's it.
Word. Yeah, they kind of just like, they went like, I don't know, they kind of just like went
green
nuts.
and reds were so strong.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, the lighting was great too. I mean,
especially since a lot of it was dark. No, I feel like I saw enough to be like, fuck,
They
don't want
also-
to be there.
they also had a lot of like quote unquote trailer shots, but that were really cool.
Yeah.
Like with when the doctor ordered the firing squad to burn all of those like misadventure creations that they made, and you just see like the fire in his glasses.
Yeah,
all that
liked
shit was
that
great.
shot.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful film.
So that being said, go see Overlord, despite the name.
Yeah, it's real good. It's real good.
Yeah, I don't know where that name came from,
No.
but anyway, Rob, anything to plug this week?
Like, rate, review, subscribe, all usual.
Nice.
Much the same.
Cool. Thank you for watching Brutally Honest Reviews, Brutally Honest Network. Stay tuned, Hop Top Films, Brutally Honest Network. We are putting out a comedy show pretty soon based on an office-style show. We're putting out a beer show soon, which we are currently working on. We're putting out a music show pretty soon, which will be up sooner than those other two. And we are also putting out a filmmaking podcast, which is kind of more about just running your own independent business and shit you will run into, like I have run into. And I'm sure everybody else has run into, maybe just Sam. So Sam, what do you think?
What do I think?
What do you have to plug?
Myself, Prayush. You good? Oh, did he sneeze? Okay, never mind. I thought you made a cackle, because every single time I say I plug myself, someone has something to
The
say.
implied cackle.
So,
Dangerous. fellow.
yeah, spooky makeups and shit. I know it's the holiday season and whatnot, and y'all motherfuckers don't want to look at shit, but I did do a makeup inspired by Overlord, so check out Night Terror Effects on Facebook and Instagram to see that shit. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. With that being said, check us out next week for another review, and stay tuned, Brutally Honest Network, for other shows that we have coming down the pipe. Thank you, and have a happy Thanksgiving, whenever that may be.
Hope this is up before that.
This may be out afterwards. In that case, we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we hope you got a sweet potato pie from that sweet man in Georgia. Thank you. Have a good week.
Pipe.